thank you so much. What a lovely surprise and a real honour to be given this award. I think all of the nominees, and obviously I know Jess Hill and Mike Willesee very well. We all try our best to highlight injustices and speak for those people who don't have a voice in Australia. And many of us spend many years, as I know Jess has, on that particular issue. And I've got to say that I have actually been looking into aged care for a decade now, from my time as a reporter at the ABC, and always wondering why there weren't more stories and more reporters looking into this area when it was so full of injustice, people who were being neglected, abused, physically and chemically restrained. It had been going on for decades. My parents could tell me the same stories, and I always wondered why no one was speaking up. And thankfully, when I became a part of the investigations unit at the ABC, Joe Pacini, the editor there, listened to me and suggested that we do a crowdsourced investigation. And we called for people to talk to us about their experiences in aged care, and within just 2 days we had 2,000 people respond. 4,000 by the end of the week. Now I've spoken and dealt with maybe 7,000 to 8,000 people. And the stories that we are talking about are not just the Four Corners. Since then, we've talked about people unfortunately being sexually abused in aged care, being chemically restrained with drugs. And I think also what's more concerning is, even though there's a Royal Commission on right now, I continue to get emails every day from people saying the same thing is happening. Big companies, big business, a regulator which hasn't done its job, the Department of Health being criticised daily in the Aged Care Royal Commission. I do hope these stories get out. I do hope the rest of the Australian media covers the Royal Commission properly, as it should do with the Disability Royal Commission as well, to let all of Australians know exactly what's going on in these institutions. We do have a danger of Royal Commission fatigue, and we can't afford for these particular inquiries and the recommendations to go unnoticed. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that the Royal Commissioners have all spoken about. It's extremely important, not just for the people in care right now, but for those in the future, and to be honest, for all of us. It's not a sexy subject, aged care. It doesn't rate, if you like. But there does seem to be a disconnect between that and the fact that we are all going to be there one day. And so it's up to all of us as a community to make sure our politicians follow through with the recommendations that come through the Royal Commission and make a massive change so that we can be assured of a proper future for all of us. Thank you.